Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. This episode is all about rust, more rust prevention and how I do it. I used to hate doing rust prevention work. It was messy, horrible, you know, spraying wax oil on or the equivalent. You get covered in it and it's just time consuming and really messy, like I said. These days I don't mind it so much because I use Lanoguard. My rust prevention product of choice now. Before I carry on, I am not sponsored by Lanoguard. They don't give me anything. I just really like this stuff. I think it's great and I've used it for, I think, four, maybe 5 years, possibly longer than that actually. Yeah, actually possibly longer than that. As long as I've been able to get it, let's put it that way. I used to use the marine version, which they sell for doing boat trailers. And then I found they did an automotive version, which this one is. This is the automotive spray. And I started using that. Now, I've just trying to think how long I've had my disco. A long time, 6, 7 years. So at least 5 years that I've been treating it with the Lanoguard, and I've had no rust. I've had no new rust. Any rust that was on it is dead. When we go out to the vehicle, because I'm going to show you how to apply this, there's a spot on the front chassis that was in bare metal. I actually ground it off to weld a stud on to make an earth point, and I never put anything on it except I sprayed it with Lanoguard. It's still shiny metal, and that's over, this be 4 years ago, so it's still in shiny metal. So I really do love this stuff. It's great and so easy to apply. You don't need to, you know, put a bloody paper suit on and a hat and all the other bits because you're getting covered in wax oil. This stuff you can just spray it on. It comes as a kit. This is a 2-litre kit. Has he checks? Yes, it's a 2-litre kit, and a pump spray. That's it. That's all you need to put this stuff on. Preparation for the truck, clean any loose and flaky stuff off like normal. Pressure wash it if it's muddy. My truck was absolutely caked in mud after we came back from the Pyrenees, and I've cleaned it all off. I've let it dry. It's been standing for 3 weeks, 2-3 weeks. It's bone dry. It's actually really nice outside today. The sun's out, there's a bit of wind. The truck is bone dry, perfect time to apply it just before the winter. I do this twice a year. Once before the winter, clean it all off after winter, and then do it again to last all summer. So, you know, once, twice a year. So yeah, let's get this outside and go and put it on. I'll show you how it goes on. So easy. Quickly, before we nip outside and start putting this on, there's a grease as well, a Lanoguard grease. This stuff's great. I'm covered in dog hair. This stuff is absolutely brilliant. You put it on, you know, bolt threads, battery terminals, whatever you want. It really does work. Keeps all the rust away. The only problem is, on a day like this where it's really cold, this is really waxy and it goes as hard as rock. You couldn't get that out of the tub right now. That is the only problem with it. It is sort of temperature sensitive, and if you're going to use it, warm it up. That's the only thing. This also temperature sensitive. That's quite thick. We're going to warm that up too before we spray it on. If you're doing it in the summer, it isn't an issue. This time of year, it is. Right, let's get this on. Well, we've made it all the way outside. It's freezing, guys. But it is dry, like I said. So this kit is so easy to use. So saying as I'm struggling to get it unwound. But it's literally, that end goes into the Lanoguard. Yep. So once you've got it in your Lanoguard, which is nicely in now, screw the handle back together and just pump it up and watch it come up the tube, and once it gets to the top, you're ready to go. Application, like I said, it's literally just spray it on, nice even motion. Really isn't complicated, this, guys. Into all the nooks and crannies. So I like to give all the nooks and crannies a good soaking with this. And this is what I was saying, it's not messy. I've got no gloves on. You probably should wear gloves in a mask, but I am outside. I'm not breathing it. And it's just that easy to do. So once you've got those bits done, underneath the truck, if Cameron follows me with the camera, all the back axle. Hopefully Cameron's getting this. And that really is, as you know, as hard as this job is. And like I said, the thing I have done, I have preheated the Lanoguard. And I'd like to, if Cameron brings the camera in over here, those shock absorbers, which are still nice shiny paint, are 4 years old and have had, you know, been on countless trips, but they were Lanoguarded when they were new, so they've not started rusting yet, which I think's amazing. And the other thing I like to do is the wheels. I like to keep the rust off the wheels. The good thing about the Lanoguard is that it doesn't set. It sets, but it doesn't set up. Once you've sprayed it on, it'll creep. So it creeps into the seams, and you can spray it in as well into the wheels to stop them getting rusty around the edges. I love to do that. And these wheels have been on this truck for, well, years, been on loads of trips. Still no rust except for where I scored them on the first trip out to Spain, and I managed to score the wheel rim on the curb. But yeah, they're still as good as the day they went on. We're round on the other side of the truck now. Now, let me see if I can get in to film this for you guys. You see that bolt there? You see the shiny metal that's alongside it? That was an earth point I put on, like I said, what, 3-4 years ago? About 3 years ago. And it's still bare metal where I ground it off, and that's just been Lanoguarded from new, from when I fitted it. The metal's still shiny. So I think that's a tribute to how good this stuff is. That's over half the truck done already. The one thing I can say about this is, because I've done it so many times before, this is just a top-up coat. So it's a lot quicker than doing it from new. So the first time you'll do it, you'll probably spend a lot longer doing it than I will. So I've done underneath, it literally took me 10 minutes. So now I'm going to start rust proofing the inner wings all the way through the engine bay. Literally doesn't take long. In all these light boxes. Because you know these light boxes are notorious for rusting anyway. Tops of the chassis rails where I can see them. I've done most of them from underneath anyway. And that, guys, is pretty much it. And I've used, well, I've got a litre and a half, litre and 3/4 left, so I've used on a top up coat, what, a quarter of a litre, maybe a little bit more. Love this stuff, it's brilliant. So there you go, Lanoguarding, definitely a game changer when you come into rust proofing. And like I said, I love it. Not sponsored by Lanoguard, just something I use. So I hope you really enjoyed this video, guys. And if you have, give me that thumbs up. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, do all those things. And I'll see you on the next one.